Welcome to Core Ritual, your space for everyday Pilates. I'm Andrea, your Pilates instructor. These classes are designed to build strength, improve your posture, and help you feel centered, all in just 45 minutes. If you're ready to go, then grab your mat and let's get moving. This class starts lying on our backs, so let's get down and get comfortable. So today starts with arms a bit wide. We're gonna walk our feet a bit wide as well. And nice and easy, start tipping your knees side to side, creating some motion in your hips and some rotation through your spine. Let's connect into our breath. You'll inhale as you go one way and exhale as you go the other. Inhale, go one way, and exhale, go the other. So see if you can find that coordination. Good. And as we go throughout the class, I will cue you on the breath, telling you when to breathe, but really that's just a suggestion. If adding the breath or trying to coordinate the breath gets too complicated, it's fine. It doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. You do what feels good. So think of my breath cues as more of a suggestion. So you're gonna inhale one way, exhale the other, inhale one way, exhale the other, and inhale one way, and exhale the other. Very good. And then come back to center, and you're gonna walk your feet so they're right together with knees right together. Now palms come up over your chest, press the palms together. Keep your arms straight for this one. We're gonna rotate and roll, pointing our fingers a little to one side, and then rotate and roll as you point your fingers to the other side. So as you roll, it's your rib cage at the back that you're rolling on. So see if you can connect to the sensation of your ribs at the back, touching the floor, rolling across the floor. So you roll across your spine onto one side of your ribs, and then roll across your spine to the other side. Again, your arms stay straight and your palms stay together. And this motion is usually quite small. Most of us don't have a huge range of motion to be able to do this. Or when we do this, we don't have a huge range of motion. So it can feel like you're doing very little. But this helps to mobilize what's called the thoracic spine. And this is the part of the spine that all your ribs attach into. And it tends to hold a lot of tension. So this kind of mobilization, this kind of work can hugely benefit the neck and the low back, which are the parts that are above and below the thoracic spine. So we bring more movement there, and we get release and power in the places above and below. Okay, so you keep going here. And we're gonna add. So as you tip to one side, tip your knees a little the other way. So one foot will lift off. Back through center and switch to the other side. So one foot will actually lift off the floor. Now you're really twisting, like a Twizzler here. Upper body going one way, lower body going the other way. So you're rolling on one side of your ribs and the opposite side of your pelvis. Rolling on one side of the ribs and the opposite side of the pelvis. Really connect into the sensation of what parts of your body are connecting into the floor. What parts are you rolling onto, getting heavy into? So which part of your back, which part of your body are connecting to the floor? Let's add some breath. We'll inhale, go one way. Exhale the other. Inhale one way. Exhale the other. And one more. Inhale. And exhale. And then come on back to center. Separate your feet so they're hip distance and place your hands on your pelvis. From here, curl your tail up towards the ceiling and round your low back into the floor. And then come on out of that. Curl your tail and round your low back into the floor and come on out of that. So you're gonna round your low back, and you can use your hands to feel how your pelvis tips or tucks. You're really gonna tuck through the pelvis, moving your pubic bone, the front of your pelvis, towards your ribs. Good, or towards your breastbone, shortening that line right down the middle of your stomach. Okay, so you keep going with the pelvis. We're gonna reach our arms up towards the ceiling. I want you to inhale as you untuck and exhale to tuck. Inhale, untuck, and exhale to tuck. And as you do this, you want to try to create the tucking motion with your abdominal muscles. So see if you can actually use your abdominal muscles to create that tuck. For those of you who are newer to Pilates, when we're in that tucked position, this is sometimes called imprint or just a pelvic tuck. And when we're not tucked, that's called neutral. So we're tucking, and then we're just kind of easing out of that. In neutral, there should be a little bit of space under your low back. Not a huge arch, but like a natural arch that follows the shape of your spine. Okay, one more. Exhale, tuck, and hold. Okay, so tuck and hold. From here, pull your belly button in as though you're trying to anchor it down towards the floor. Low back is round. And begin to bring one leg up towards the ceiling. Keep the low back touching the floor as you lower down. Other leg comes up and lower down. So you march the legs up and down here. So marching the legs up and down. Let's inhale as we go up and exhale to control down. Inhale up and exhale, control down. Can you feel your abdominals working to hold that round as your legs move? Okay, little change here. So one leg goes up and then the next, and then the first leg goes down and then the next. Double down on the round. Leg up and the next, and then leg down and the next. Let's always start with the same leg. So we're gonna go up, second leg, first leg, second leg. Big breath. Exhale, up, second leg. Inhale here. Exhale, down, second leg. Inhale. Exhale, up, second leg. Inhale. Exhale, down, second leg. One more like this. Exhale, up, second leg. Okay, now we're gonna reverse the starting leg, so other side. Exhale, up and up. Inhale. Exhale, down and down. Inhale. Exhale, up and up. Inhale. And exhale, down and down. Inhale. Exhale, up and up. Inhale. Exhale, down and down. Inhale. Exhale, up and up. Inhale. And exhale, down, down. One more time. Exhale, up and up. And down and down. Walk your feet together again, palms together. We're gonna go back to our rotation. Upper body going in opposite direction as lower body. And you just notice in your own body whether or not this actually feels a little looser. Yeah. So we'll inhale, go one way. Exhale the other. Inhale, go one way. Exhale the other. And one more time, one way and the other. Back to center, palms down. Tuck the pelvis, hold here. Can you really press that belly down? Lift your heels, drag your toes towards your bum, and float your legs up to tabletop. Okay, arms come up. You're going to bring your palms together. Same thing, rotating in opposite directions here, you're gonna try to keep a slight tuck to the pelvis. So the low back may not be able to reach right down to the floor, but you're gonna try to make that little bit of tuck, pressing ever so slightly down. Inhale one way, exhale the other. Can you feel your abdominals? Inhale one way, exhale the other. Inhale one way, exhale the other. Last time, one way and the other. Okay, feet come down. Feet hip distance, arms by your side. Little tiny tuck of the pelvis, not all the way down with the low back. You're gonna press through your feet, lift your hips up to a bridge, and then lower down with control. So it's a little tuck, press through your feet, lift your hips up and down. You're gonna tuck, press, and lift. Inhale, come down. Exhale, press, tuck, and lift. Inhale, come down. Exhale, press, tuck, and lift. Inhale, come down. Exhale, press, and lift. Inhale and down. One more time. Press and lift and hold. Hold up here at the top. Okay, can you spread all 10 toes really wide? Push your hips up a little bit higher and then sink your breastbone just a little. Lift your heels up and off the floor. Can you get the back of your legs, or can you feel the back of your legs turn on? Then push the heels down. Lift them up and push them down. Lift them up and push them down. So you're gonna keep going up and then really push the heels into the ground, almost like you're trying to push your heels right through the floor. See if you can feel your glutes kick on when your heels push. Good, so feel for that glute connection when your heels push. Lift up and push. Lift up and push. Lift up for 3. Good. And push. Good. And push. Good. And then come all the way down. Roll over onto one side. Okay, so we're gonna do a side lying series here. Bend your bottom knee up, extend your top leg out long. In this position, we want head, body, and leg all aligned. So make sure you scan, take a peek down your body and try to line yourself up as best as possible. Okay, so the top leg is slightly lifted and we're gonna go with a tap forward, a lift, and a tap back. So we're gonna do a lift and a tap forward, and a lift and a tap back. Good. A lift and a tap forward, and a lift and a tap back. Very nice. Okay, so your leg is making an arc, an arc that's shaped like a rainbow. Yeah, you're gonna go up and forward, up and back. Let's pick up the pace. Up and forward, and up and back. Good. Up and forward, up and back. And it's the muscles at the side of the hip, side of the bum that is primarily working here. Good. Up and forward and back. Up and forward and back. Up and forward and back. Up and forward, keep going, and back. Up and forward and back. Up and forward and back. One more. Up and forward and back. And then stack your legs on top of one another. Shift your feet back just a little so your heels are aligned with your bum. You're gonna open your top knee and then close like a clam. Open and close, good. So you open and close. Let's exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Exhale, inhale, good. Exhale and inhale. open and close, and open and close, and open and close. One more, open and close. You're gonna, okay, so bottom leg stays on the floor, the top foot lifts, hold here. So foot is above knee, it always stays above the knee as we lift the entire leg up. So it's the knee that dives down. Lift up and down. Lift up and down. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Lift up and down, and up and down. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. For 3, good, and 2, good, and 1. Okay, pause, keep the foot lifted. The bottom foot lifts to match. The knee now goes open, so it's a lifted clam, down, and open, and down. Exhale, inhale, good. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. For 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Rest down. Okay, now you're going to extend your legs out straight, but they're going to be straight and kind of pitched in front of you here. So there's a fold at the front of your hips. The top leg is going to turn out. I want you to drag your toes along the bottom leg. You're going to kick that leg up towards the ceiling, flex at the ankle, and then lower the leg down. Point the toes and drag, kick, flex, and lower down. Point and drag, kick, flex, and lower down. Point, drag, and kick, flex, and lower down. Point, drag, and kick, flex. Let's add breath. Inhale to kick, exhale to lower. Inhale to kick, exhale to lower. Inhale to kick, exhale one more. Inhale to kick and exhale to lower. Very nice. Bend your knees, bring yourself right up onto your forearm here. Elbow is under shoulder. Roll that shoulder back. Top arm reaches up. We're gonna rotate down and then come up. Rotate down and up. Little change here on the way up. Push through your knees and lift your hips up to a side bridge. So we go down and rotate, up side bridge. Down and rotate, up side bridge. Inhale down, exhale up. Good. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. One more, down and up. Very nice. Come all the way down. Push yourself up and walk your feet towards the direction that your head was. We will go and do the other side, but we're gonna do a seated series first here. So, knees are bent, feet are flat, grab behind your thighs and sit up really tall. Rock side to side on your bum and see if you can find your two bum bones or your sit bones and see if you can place yourself or anchor yourself right in the middle of the two. From here, round your low back and roll about halfway back just until about your arms are straight. We're gonna bring our arms up and place our palms together. Turn one way, point the arms back to center. Turn and point the arms and back to center. And as you turn, you want your chest and your hands aligned. Center, chest and hands aligned. Center. Here we go. We're gonna inhale, turn, exhale, center. Inhale, turn, and exhale, center. inhale, turn, and exhale, center, and turn, and center, and turn, and center. For 3, good, and 2, that's it, and 1, back to center, hold. Can you straighten the legs? Roll back 1 inch, and another inch, and another inch, and another inch, and right to the floor. Roll over onto the other side now. Okay, so head is resting on your arm, bend the bottom leg, extend the top one. Check that your body is aligned from foot to head. And we're gonna lift and tap forward, lift and tap back. So it's our lift and tap forward, lift and tap back. So big arcing motion here. Nice big arcing motion here. That's it. Tap forward and tap back. Tap forward, good, and tap back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward and exhale back like that rainbow arc. So you're gonna feel for the muscles at the side of the hip, yeah. And both the muscles a bit at the front and at the back are working. Sometimes we can get a bit more dominant in the front. If you feel those hip muscles gripping on this one, you could try slightly internally rotating the leg, and that helps to get the back fibers turned on, muscle fibers turned on. Okay, let's do a few more here. We'll go for 3, and 2, and 1, and then stack. Send your feet back a little so your feet are aligned with your bum. And it's the top knee now that opens and closes. Opens and closes. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Exhale, inhale. Good. Exhale, inhale. So we open and close. And can you really think about turning out from right where the leg meets the pelvis, right at the hip socket, right at the hip joint. So it's a turn out. Yeah, and you can even use your hand to kind of talk to your body, talk to your leg to get that wrapping back motion or wrapping back feeling. Good, okay, one more here. And a turn out and then pause. So knees stay together, that top foot lifts. You're gonna lift the whole leg up and then it's your knee that dives down, the foot stays up. So you go up and down and up and down and up and down. Let's go. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale for 4, good, and 3, and 2, good, and 1, and pause. Bring both feet up to meet. Top knee opens and closes. It opens, same idea here, that top hip wraps back and down. Wraps back, good, and down. We exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale for 3, good, and 2, and 1. Okay, rest. Send those legs forward. Bum goes back a little, so we're pitched forward at the legs. And the top leg turns out and you point at the ankle. So we drag the toes along the bottom leg, kick the leg up, flex at the ankle, and lower down with control. It's a point and drag, flex, kick, and down. Point and drag, flex, kick, and down. Point and drag, flex, kick, add the breath. We'll inhale and exhale. We'll inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale twice more. Inhale, exhale, one more here. Bring it in and up and down. Bend your knees. Push yourself up onto your forearm. Get really tall, elbows under shoulder. Arm reaches up. Here we go. We're gonna rotate down and up. Keep the hips down for now. Rotate down and up. Okay, on this next one, we're gonna push to the knees and we're gonna go right up to that side bridge. So coordinated here. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Last 3 and 2. Good. And 1. Good. And then come all the way down. Push yourself up. This time coming on to hands and knees here. Hands and knees. So knees come under hips, hands come under shoulders. Go ahead and round your spine and then arch. You're gonna round your spine and arch. Exhale, round your spine and arch. And exhale, round your spine. And then just find a flat back here. Tuck your toes under. Really spread the toes as wide as you can. Take a big breath, and as you exhale, hover the knees and lower. Little hover and lower. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, up. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. Inhale, down. Exhale, up and down. And then make your way down right to the ground on your stomach. So now that you're down on your front, send your arms back along the sides of your body with your palms facing up. We're going to keep our hands on the floor with our arms straight as we roll the front of our shoulders up and back, bringing our shoulder blades closer together. Then we're going to relax, sending the front of the shoulders back down toward the floor, getting a feeling of rounding or widening at our shoulder blades. Again, roll the shoulders back and together, hands stay down, arms straight, and then roll forward as you relax. Again, roll shoulders back and together, and then front of shoulders relax back down towards the floor. Inhale on the roll back, exhale as you relax down. Inhale, roll back, exhale, relax down. Keep going. Reminder to keep your hands down and your arms straight. This exercise focuses on the scapular or shoulder blade muscles that stabilize and support our arms anytime they're moving. Let's do 2 more. And on the last one, hold the shoulders back. Keeping your shoulder blades still, lift your hands and arms up towards the ceiling. Then relax back down. Roll the shoulders back first so they're set, and then lift arms and lower. Try and keep your shoulders rolled back and still, both on the lifting motion and the lowering one. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. See if you can lift the arms by powering it from the back of your shoulders. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Roll the shoulders back a little more. Can you hug your belly up away from the floor a little? Now, ever so slightly, pulse your thumbs in towards each other, getting a small squeeze sensation between your blades. Let's pulse for 5,
4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax right down. Now you're going to bring your arms forward so elbows are in line with your shoulders, bent at a 90-degree angle. In this position, can you try and hug your belly muscles up away from the floor? This supports your low back and keeps core support activated. Again, roll the front of your shoulders back. Now hold here and hover your arms. Lower back down. Roll front of shoulders first, hold them there, then hover your arms and lower. Exhale as you roll back and hover. Inhale on the way down. Exhale, roll back and hover. Inhale on the way down. Try and use the muscles around the shoulder blades to lift the arms, but avoid overly squeezing the shoulder blades together to do this. This exercise builds strength and support during any arms overhead action. Let's do 2 more. And last one, and now we rest. Last exercise here on our front, stack your hands on top of one another, placing them under your forehead. Relax your shoulders. Now hover your head, reach your chest forward as your eyes gaze off your mat in front of you, and then come right back down. Hug your belly away from the floor to support your low back. Hover your head, reach chest forward as eyes gaze in front of you, and then come back down. Hug your belly. Inhale as you hover your head and extend spine up. Exhale to come down. Inhale to come up, and exhale to come down. Inhale up, and exhale down. Inhale up, exhale. Let's go for 3, and 2, and last one. Rest all the way down. Send your hands back beside your shoulders, push up onto hands and knees, and go ahead and round your spine to decompress your low back.
And now come to a flat back. From here, I want you to push your left hand and your right knee down into the floor. So opposite limbs here, opposite limbs. The other limbs are going to crawl forward and back and then lift up. When those limbs return down, push them into the floor and alternate to the other side. So limbs return, they push down and anchor you, and then you reach. Limbs push down, they anchor you, and then you reach. Inhale down, exhale reach. So in this exercise, I want you to focus more on the limbs that are staying on the ground than the limbs that are reaching. Try to create a really stable base with the limbs that are pushing down. Push them into the floor like you're trying to push them through the floor. And you see if you can feel abdominals or any sensation through the front of your body. This is such a great exercise because it works both the front part of your body, the front core, and the back of your body, the back part of your core. Exhale, reach. Inhale in. Exhale, reach. Inhale in. Keep going. Reach and in for 4 and 3. Good. And 2. Last one. We're going to pause on this last one. Hold the leg up. Bring the hand down. Okay, really slowly. The leg is going to lower down, flexing at the ankle. Lift your chest and look forward. And then from here, get the toes on the floor. Can you prop yourself up onto your fingertips? And then do a big reach of your breastbone forward. So we're getting a bit of a arc in our spine. And then hands down. Pull the knee in. Step other leg back. Curl the toes. Prop up onto your fingertips. You're going to reach your breastbone forward and look forward. And then let your hands come down. Knee in. Round your spine again. Cross at the ankles. Sit back
over your feet, and then scooch forward. Good. And place your hands behind your thighs. Sit up really, really, really tall here. Okay, round your back again, round your back. Good. We're gonna bring one leg up and then the next. Let's glue knees and ankles together, palms come up. We're gonna turn, center, turn. Okay, this is the hardest variation of this type of exercise we've been doing, our rotation here. Good. Inhale, exhale, center. Inhale, turn, exhale, center. Turn, center. Turn, center. 3, 2, 1. Good. Grab the thighs. Roll down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, tuck the chin, nod. Send your legs forward, roll up, and then roll back. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, roll back. One more time, rolling up. If you can straighten your legs, go ahead and do that. Hold for 3 and 2 and 1. Lower back down. Beautiful. Okay. Let's bring the left leg long. Arms are going to be a little bit wide to the sides. Palms are down. And lift the right leg up, straighten it towards the ceiling. Take that right leg, cross it over to the left, sweep it down, circle it wide, and bring it all the way up. So it's a big leg circle, sweeping leg circle for this right leg here. Yep, and I want you to allow your pelvis to tip over to the left as you circle. Good, so let it tip over to the left as you circle. Good. Do one more. Yep. Good, and then lower the leg down. Left knee pulls in, straighten the leg, cross it over, go down, sweeping up, cross 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 over, down, sweeping up, and last time, down, sweeping up. Good, lower the leg down with control. Palms together over your chest. We're gonna roll to one side of the ribs and center. Other side and center. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. We rotate and center. Rotate and center. Rotate and center. Rotate and center for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Arms by your side. Bend the knees in. Feet are hip distance apart. You're going to do a tiny tuck of that pelvis. Push through your feet. Lift your hips up, up, up to bridge. And then I want you to roll down your spine one vertebra at a time. Find neutral. Little tuck and press, lift up. And then roll down your spine one vertebra at a time. And then find neutral. Press through your feet, lift your hips up, and roll down your spine one vertebra at a time. And then one more time, tiny tuck, press and lift. And roll down your spine one vertebra at a time. Walk your feet wide, arms to the side. Tip your knees over to one side and up. And the other side and up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. As your knees tip, can you turn your head in the
opposite direction, center, tip opposite direction, center, tip opposite direction, center. Big breath. Exhale. Big breath. Exhale. Big breath. Exhale. And big breath. Exhale. Walk your feet in hip distance. One leg goes long as the other knee comes in. Interlace your fingers over top of the front of your shin and really tug that leg into your body, so much so that you feel that side of your back kind of round into the floor or flatten into the floor in comparison to the other side. And then let that leg go long. Other side comes in, same thing. Let that side of your back kind of round into the floor. That's it. Let that leg go long. Arms reach up. We're going to reach our arms back and forward. Reach the arms back and forward. And reach the arms back and forward. And again, go back. And then bring them forward, bring them right down to the floor, flip the palms to face up. Let your legs relax out to the sides. Deep breath in through your nose. And then give me a big exhale, make like an ah sound. Big inhale in through your nose. And then big exhale. Ah. One more time. Big breath in through your nose. And big exhale. Ah. You can stay here as long as you like, but you are all done. Great work today. Amazing job today, everyone. That was your core ritual, your weekly reset to get strong, centered, and aligned. Take a second to notice how you feel right now. A little taller, a little more connected, a little more energized. If you loved this class, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with a friend who needs a posture and core boost. And if you want to keep the momentum going, check out more of my core ritual classes or one of my quick prop workouts. I'll link them right here for you. Thanks for choosing to move your body with me today. I cannot wait to see you next week.